Hey guys, General Assembly and all of the states across America, this great land. I know a lot of you have been coming. We've had phone calls from different states. Nana's been getting questions about what's going on from different states, and so have we. And we have a major breakthrough on Sherrel's case today. So we filed this case with the federal court in Fort Smith here in Arkansas. It's an Article III court on June 27th, 2024, and we sent in a 70-page habeas corpus that has, it was so detailed on all the information of how everything has taken place. And so that was filed on June 27th. Right after that, they mailed us back and asked us to send an amended habeas corpus, which is handwritten form. And so we had to refile that along with everything else that we filed first, because if you don't file it all again, then you lose everything that you had put in previous. And so we did all of that, and it was accepted on July 11th. And so yesterday, on July 18th, the court posted the federal court. I need to share my screen. Hang on, guys. Let me share my screen real quick so you guys can see this. Probably should have shared it first. All right, so this is the PACER. Can y'all see that? Is it Sharon, Robin?
Yes.
Okay. This is the PACER report of all of the stuff that we have filed. You can see we filed it on 6/27. They came back and gave us a deadline. Our amended petition went in on 7/11. On 7/18, this is an order. So this is an order coming from Barry Bryant, our magistrate judge. We have two judges. This is an order directing the respondent to respond to the petition. The response shall be filed on or before August 18th, 2024, and then it just gives his name. And they also sent certified mail with return receipt attached, delivered U.S. Postal Service for service of amended petition of writ of corpus, set deadlines, order as to Michelle Lawrence, she's the prosecuting attorney, and also to Tim Griffin. Tim Griffin is our Attorney General, and he is calling him out on this to bring stuff forward. If you guys remember, we tried taking this to the Supreme Court. All of this information is in the habeas corpus, the 70-page document that we sent. We even called Tim Griffin to the carpet and say, how can you call this frivolous, our court's frivolous and common law frivolous, with no backing? And all of that is in there. So obviously the judges have read the 70-page document if they're calling Tim Griffin out, because we called him out by name for being the reason that the Supreme Court would not accept our case. And so anyway, that's there. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to open them. Let's try here. I think this opens them. Will's the one that usually does this part for me, because their stuff is not very user-friendly. Okay, so here's the Sherrel, and here's the state of Arkansas. It says, order came on for consideration Sherrel Jean Courvelle's amended petition for writ of habeas corpus relief pursuant to 28 U.S.C. and 2241. That's the habeas corpus form. That's what that code is there for the habeas corpus form. ECF number 4. The court has reviewed the amended petition and finds that a response should be filed. It is ordered the clerk of the court is directed to serve by certified mail the amended petition and any supporting documents, as well as a copy of this order on the respondent without prepayment of fees and costs of security therefore. The addresses are below. It's going to be Michelle Lawrence and Tim Griffin, the Attorney General, for them to respond. The court directs the respondent to respond to the petition. The response shall be filed on or before August 18th, 2024. So there's Barry Bryant. He is our magistrate judge. Now remember, in our courts that we're in with them. We have a magistrate judge, and we also have a regular federal judge, and this is an Article III court that we are in, and they know that we're doing everything by common law. So here's that order. Let me go to the other one, if I can get back. And the other one is the certified mail. No, this is, let me put this. They have this in there, which is the amended petition for writ of habeas corpus. So this document, Penny, I know Penny's not on the call right now, but I'm just going to say, hey, Penny, when you see this, I'm going to email you all of this information, even the response. I want you to put it up on our the ArkansasAssembly.net. All of these documents will be able to be viewed at the ArkansasAssembly.net. Click on Arkansas Common Law or Arkansas State Courts, one of the two. I think that's what it says. You click on that, and all of this will be up there under habeas corpus. If it's not up there yet, it's just because Penny, I'm just now telling her, so give Penny time to get it up there. But for all of you that watch this video, know that that's where you'll be able to find these documents for your own. So this is the amended petition that we had to write. This is the one that Sherrel had to do in her own handwriting. And this is, she had to answer all of these questions. But on the very first page, if you go right down here to the bottom of the page, it says, I am being held hostage. I have been kidnapped. These cases were tried in a competent state common law court, and I was found innocent. A copy of verdict will be enclosed. It was filed on case dockets on February 22nd, 2024. I was at home on February 29th, 2024, when my house was raided and I was kidnapped. This court will not release me. It has no jurisdiction over me, and it is attempting double jeopardy. Now, this is her 8-page document that we had to go back and refile after we filed the first one. It goes into a little bit of detail. I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but it will be up on our website. I will be sending it out. I will be sending it out to all of the General Assembly so that they have a copy of it in their emails, but it will be on our website. That's that part. They also sent them, which I think is amazing, they sent our 71-page document.
I think it's on number 5, that's the link there.
No, this isn't it. This is the order.
Number 5.
Hang on. Let me go back. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm not used to doing this. All right, here is the petition. They sent them this one, too. Did it open?
New document.
It may take a minute. This one's the 70-page. It's the 70-pager.
Hold the calendar.
So anyway, this is, while it's trying to pull up, this is very exciting because we have gone since when Sherrel was arrested on February 29th, we immediately went and filed got our stuff together to file for the Supreme Court. If I'm not mistaken, when we filed in the Supreme Court, it was right there at the first or middle of March is when we filed. And all of that stuff was denied. And so all of that is in this petition. So here is the original petition that we filed on June 27th. You can see that it's right there, filed with the district court. This has motions to vacate, motions to discharge for false imprisonment. It has the whole petition, but also not only that, the first part of the claim attachment was our court of record. That is Sherrel's court of record. That is her case from our court in common law. Also attached is the general verdict. That was our final verdict. That was 20 pages. That was also attached. And when we put this, when this was put together, so page 18 through 44 of the habeas corpus packet that you guys are looking at right here, pages 18 to 44 of that is literally 22 reasons why Sherrel has grounds for relief based on law. and that's in there. But then right after that, we spent another 18 pages of proving how the Sea Maritime Admiralty Jurisdiction courts are actually illegal and not supposed to be operating on our shores. And we even used exhibits we proved it in the last 18 pages of the habeas corpus, but then we put exhibits from the Library of Congress as a claim attachment to proving the validity of common law in America and also proving the invalidity of the maritime and admiralty courts operating on our shores. And so that all is here as well. And in the very beginning of that, it talks about how she has been kidnapped, being held hostage. It's right there in the very beginning. That's that document. So those are all of the documents that we have. They have until August 19th, August 18th to respond. But what I think is absolutely amazing is this is the first breakthrough. So we now have the federal judges ordering Tim Griffin and Michelle Coe-Lawrence to account for all of the facts that we have stated in the habeas corpus, and they have to prove otherwise. Also within that habeas corpus was Sherrel calling to the federal court the injured party, because remember, there is no injured party here. Sherrel has not harmed anyone, stolen anything, damaged anyone's property, killed anyone, done nothing. And so we have called to bring the all injured parties to in front of this judge. And so Michelle Coe-Lawrence and Tim Griffin are fixing to have to try to find an injured party. We also have the Chevron deference on our side as far as her horses being stolen. We can actually bring that up in this case as well, because them trying to say there's a crime for the horses being, malnourished or whatever when they weren't, her horses weren't, that will be called to the floor as well. So anyway, that's what I've got right now. I'm opening up. I don't know who all's on here. I have to go to a different screen. Let me see who all's here. If anyone wants to comment, Keely's on here, Chris and Robin are on here. Guys, y'all have any comments, any thoughts, anything whatsoever? This is great news. We finally have someone looking at the facts, and they're calling these officials.
It's them against them.
Right. Will just said it's not us doing it. It's the federal courts doing it, the judges. So anybody want to say anything?
Okay, I just got on, and I guess I missed that first part. That's what I needed to know, is that, who ordered this or where did it come from? So you just cleared that up. That is so cool. That's great.
The federal court ordered that.
Yep, the federal court ordered. So we have two federal judges on our case. We have Susan Hickey. Susan Hickey is our federal judge, and then Barry Bryant, he is our magistrate judge. It's pretty much like that. It's like the judge's assistant, or, it'd be like their clerk, but it's not. They're an actual judge. And so when you actually go in and are heard from the case, you'll have both judges there hearing your case. But we did not sign a consent form to allow just Barry to do the case by himself. We actually has it to where the federal judge, because that is the Article 3 judge, is the one that makes the final decision, because the other one is just a magistrate. You can sign a consent form to just have that one judge decide it, but we didn't go that route because there again it's a magistrate, and so we are trying to tap into the federal Article 3 court through the top judge. So that kind of answers.
Because y'all are so stinking smart. I am just so impressed. I'm just so excited for Sherrel.
Huge major breakthrough.
Yeah, it's a huge major breakthrough. So guys, yesterday Sherrel, I sent a text message out yesterday. She was really, really down. I asked everybody to be praying because breakthrough has, we needed breakthrough. At least at this point, when she gets this information, I know she wants out of there now, but right now, these guys are being called to the carpet. So this will probably give her the strength to just keep hanging on in there, because at least now these guys have to answer for themselves, and we all want to hear what they have to say.
Exactly. Oh, that is so great for Sherrel, for her well-being, I know. That's great. So when
Yeah,
will this
guys.
take place? How will we know?
Well, we monitor it through this system here.
Okay.
And I'm telling you guys, this was really crazy how this ended up. I called the lady back at the court, and she said, no, we have a case open. We didn't even know one was open, number one.
Oh.
And number two, she mentioned that in order to view anything on the case, and I would have to log into this system. And I said, well, how do you do that? And of course, you have to pay for it.
Sure.
It's, nothing but money. They're looking for money and profits.
Yep.
However, I have been monitoring this really closely each and every day, sometimes 2 and 3 times. I'll pull it up to see if they've made any action, any actionable calls towards Sherrel's freedom. And today was one of those mornings I looked, and I couldn't believe my eyes. And I thought, well, maybe they've returned this to us. They're going to do the same thing the Supreme Court did. But lo and behold, guys, what you need to understand here is this is someone in the de facto holding someone else responsible, ordering them to call to account what they've done with this case.
Which
This
never
is big.
happened.
So this is a de facto official holding another de facto official accountable. It's not just on our end from American State Nationals. This is big.
And not only just the prosecuting attorney that's down here in Garland County, he even added Tim Griffin on that list because, guys, Tim Griffin had the opportunity to deal with this back in March.
Yeah.
In March, he is going to have to account for why he didn't do anything in March.
Yes.
Guys, so look at this. You're looking at de facto court. You got a federal court holding the lower court responsible, okay? And not only that, you got the lower court being held responsible, but also the highest official in the land at the same time, being put up to the plate, so to speak, saying, okay, you need to answer for this. So he's ordering these two, Michelle Coe Lawrence and Tim Griffin, to call to account what in the world is going on with this case, because this is certainly double jeopardy.
Good.
And not only is it double jeopardy, it's not only double jeopardy, there's no injured party. That is critical. In fact, that's in the habeas corpus. I think I mentioned it a second ago, but it's worth mentioning a second time. We called to the carpet on this habeas corpus. It says, plain as day, it says corpus delicti. It says, where's the injured party? Bring the injured party before this court right now so I can face my accuser, because the state of Arkansas cannot be an injured party. And that's in the habeas corpus too. The state of Arkansas cannot be an injured party. It is a corporation. So who have I harmed?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to you guys. Anybody else, y'all want to say anything, talk about it in any way?
Well, I find it interesting. I'm interested to see if they even respond, because if they don't respond by the 18th, then it's pretty much done. There's going to be a ruling in Sherrel's favor if they don't respond, and if they do respond, what is going to be their response? I would be surprised if they even responded.
They can't not respond because it's an order. If they don't respond, they're in contempt of a federal court. You realize that, right? And we will actually, if they don't respond, we will be asking for a motion to hold them in contempt or to have some sort of penalty for them not responding.
Well, the thing I think they don't realize is this is not going away. I think they wanted to just push this aside to say it's frivolous, it's spurious, these documents, they're not purported to what they're, there's no substance to them, they're fake, they're false, whatever else they have said. Now they're going to have to account for it again in a much bigger way to an official in a federal court. So, guys, this is miraculous, and this is
beautiful.
This is huge.
So great. So great.
But it is an order nonetheless. So he's ordered these two to send a response.
Cool.
Well, in my circuit court case that I just finalized, the opposing party had to respond, and they did not respond, and the judge didn't respond. That's why I did the motion for summary judgment, and then there was no response for that, from either, and then I pushed the issue. It just seems like what you just said, Will, they want this stuff to go away. But they created it. They created it. We didn't create this. They created it.
Right, and when you think about the fact, too, Robin, that we have people in different states contacting us, asking us, and saying, this is insane what's going on with this woman. We've read all about it. So it's not going to go away. I think that's what they thought initially, but now with this being done today by this Honorable Berry, I think that now they're going to go, we're really going to have to deal with this. And the thing is, there are thousands of pairs of eyes and ears looking at this and listening to this, okay? And personally, I thought about sending a letter as a state justice to both of these, the prosecuting attorney and the attorney general, to say, if you thought initially that this was going away, it's only going to get worse for you if you don't respond appropriately. Mm-hmm. Right? And don't hold their feet to the fire. That's what this is all about. So now you have a federal government holding this county court responsible.
Perfect.
And the attorney. So
Attorney General. And the Attorney General.
That's where all these other attorneys go to.
So I want to start planning Sherrel's return home.
Welcome home party.
Yes.
That is a leap in faith. I like to hear that. That's awesome.
I want to be in charge.
Okay, yeah.
That's a leap of faith.
That's an absolute leap of faith. You go ahead and get right on that because it's coming.
Okay. So great.
How long can we expect her to start receiving damages from whoever's going to be responsible for paying her back?
Well, see, I don't know, and I don't know, and see all of this. So I'm just grateful that we're finally getting. I don't know how they're going to answer for one thing, but we want to get her out of there. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, but at this point, they're asking for the facts. So the court is asking for the facts that they have to prove that this isn't a habeas corpus. You know what I mean? To prove that they have her there correctly.
But the court of record with that amended document, is that correct?
Yes, that court of record is there, and the verdict.
With the damages that we decided on, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, they have
so that is one of our motions. One of our motions was for them to compel compel our verdict to the lower court. So that is actually, as one of the motions, is to compel the verdict. So we will have to see what these judges rule. So at the point that we're at right now is now these guys have to bring an answer forward, bring their facts forward, and then I'm assuming they'll pull Sherrel up after that, after they've brought their stuff forward. We don't know, though. I don't know how this actually works. We're learning this as we go, and this is... But
Sherrel knows all this already, correct?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't talked to her. I need to put some money on her account to call. We haven't called and texted too much recently just because funds are tight. But anyway...
well, I'll send you some money.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So I can get it to where we can call one another. It's expensive to call and email. Every email is 50 cents. And then to phone call, it's more expensive. I can't remember how much it is a minute. Yeah. Is it like $3 a minute or something? It's thinking crazy.
Well, this is definitely a phone call moment.
Absolutely. We're definitely going to try to get a hold of her today sometime. But, this morning I was actually up a little after 4:30, and I felt led to send Sherrel a message. I know she's really, really, really been struggling lately, and, rightly so, being in the place she's in, and just the injustices, you know, everything going on, the cruelty. But I sent her a message, and the crazy thing is, of course, you know, we had to get up for work, Kimberly and I, and so I typed it all out, and it gives you a word count at the end of the email that you send. And I happened to look at it, and it said 15:01. And about that time, the alarm clock had been going off for some time, and Kimberly didn't answer it. I'm telling on her. And I said, Kimberly, and I looked at the clock, and guess what? It was 5:01. And I thought, you know, you ever had those moments where it's like you're just synchronized with life in that one moment, like a kind of deja vu moment, but it was one of those moments like, hey, I know not everything's right, but right now was right, you know, for me to try and encourage her, you know, and to see that the same number that I just typed, I looked at that, 15:01, and looked at the clock, and it was, you know, how in the world does that happen? But I started praying that this would be a day of miracles, and I believe that this is the start of it. This is the start of the miracle, and sometimes miracles don't always come packaged the way that we expect them to. But I see this as a little small miracle that's going to blossom into a big one, and it's going to affect people in every state. I really believe that, guys. So that's all I want to say.
What a great way to start my day. Thank you so much for inviting us to learn all this and to know all this information. Whew, good stuff.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Anyone else have anything they want to add?
When you
I got
talk
here
to
kind of late. What happened?
So if you're coming in late, what happened? I'm just going to give you a short, you'll have to go back and listen, but basically we have coming in an order from our judge in the federal court ordering Tim Griffin, the Attorney General, and ordering Michelle Lawrence, the prosecuting attorney, to answer to our habeas corpus. They're ordered to do it. And they have to put it on the docket, so we get to see what they say.
Oh, okay. Good.
All right, go ahead, Robin.
I can listen. I just
okay.
got the text that y'all were on, so I was working.
That's good. Robin was in the middle of saying something. I'm going to let her go ahead. Go ahead, Robin.
Well, tell Sherrel that we all love her and we're still here for her, and she should be out soon, and we're going to throw her a party. Keely's setting it up now.
Yeah, I'll be sure to let her know that.
That's right.
Absolutely. Well, guys, I'm not going to keep this video and make it very long unless y'all have anything else you want to say. I want this video to go out to everybody, and I'm going to send it in by email to all of the General Assembly. I'm going to send it in text message to you guys right now. I'm going to have, I'll put this one on YouTube, and I will also have Penny put this one, and she is going to put all of the case information. She's just now learning this, y'all, so just give her time, because she's going to hear this and know that she needs to put all the stuff I emailed her on our the ArkansasAssembly.net. And if you click on Arkansas State Courts, you click on that. I will have Penny label it all under habeas corpus, and you will be able to read everything from there. So all of the other states and anyone else. So if you guys want to send this video to all the people you know in the states, or your Discord links or whatever links, to get it out so the people in other states can know what's going on, because I know they've been calling us and asking on recordings. And so anyway, we want to get this out. So with all of that, guys, it's a great day in Arkansas, and we're that much closer to getting Sherrel free. And so just keep sending your prayers. Please keep sending your prayers her way. Just keep lifting her up. It's been almost 5 months, y'all. She's been in there almost 5 months now. Another month has passed. It's been another month, guys. It's 5 months. Come on.
Way too long. Way too long.
Anyway, so I just want to shout out to all of our people, and Creator's got this. He's got this, and we are going to win. And anyway, I love you all, and I'm going to stop the recording.